Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Putri Aprilia with student ID number A1M220060. In this video, I will talking about interests. Hobbies and interests have similar as well as difference. The similarity between hobby and interest is that they are both something you like or something interesting to do. While the difference is that a hobby is a favorite activity that is often done, usually in a free time, and interest is an individual choice or a high tendency towards something, usually in the form of a desire. Studying the material on talking about hobby and interest will help in getting to know someone better or to help make a new friend. Discussing hobbies and interests is also one of the best ways to start a conversation. Now let's start the discussion of the material. Asking for someone's hobbies and interests. This is expression in use to ask about someone's hobbies and interests. An example of the expression is as follows. The first, what is your hobby? Next, do you have any hobby? Next, do you like doing? Next, what kind of hobbies do you have? Next, what do you usually do in your free time? Next, what do you love to do in your free time? And much more. To get more detailed information about someone's hobbies, we can also use some sample questions such as the following. The first, how often do you do your hobbies? The second, how often do you do your free time activity? The third, then, do you start your hobby? And the last, when do you usually do your hobbies? As explained at the beginning of the material, this is material aims to help us start a conversation. So, make the conversation more interesting and natural. It's better if we don't stop at just one question, but we can dig up more information from the other person by trying to ask some additional questions related to the topic, such as example of the expression above. So that's the conversation better and more interesting, so that we can recognize or know the information about our intellectual better. Next, we will discuss some example of responses from the various expressions above. Telling about hobby and interest. This is expression is used to tell others about our hobbies and interests. For the example, my hobby is, you can use noun. For the example, my hobby is watching movies. In my free time, you can use, in my free time, I like playing futsal. I enjoy riding bicycle. I love making origami. I spend my spare time to reading novels. I'm really into music. I'm really interested in music and much more. As we can see in the example of the expression above, the pattern of the expression above uses a noun at the end of each sentence, which indicates the hobby in the question. To find out about the use of the key place access post about the explanation, function, and example of the gerund that has been provided to help understand the pattern of the expression above. For the example dialogue. Now consider the following example of the dialogue about telling about hobbies and interests. Dialogue 1. Nindi, what do you usually do in your free time? Alisa, well, in my free time, I like writing. Nindi, that is an interesting hobby. How often do you do your free time activity? Alisa, I usually writing on my blog at the weekend or sometimes I written when I have a holiday. So where do you usually do your hobby? Is there any special place for you to do your hobby? Alisa? Yes. Sometimes I go to library and start writing there. Or I go to the park sitting on the beach and start writing. Fresh air helps me get more ideas. Indeed. Yes, I agree. It can also fresh our mind. So, do you like your hobby? Alisa, I am an imaginative person and also a creative one. And by writing, I can express myself. I really enjoy that activity. Nindi, well, that's interesting. Maybe I need to read your writing. Alisa, sure. Feel free. The more example is dialogue 2. Lucy, excuse me, are you new here? I have never seen you before. Diana, yes, I just moved here a week ago. Lucy, oh, I see. Well, I guess you are my new neighbor now. I'm Lucy, nice to meet you. Diana, I'm Diana. Nice to meet you too. Lucy, what are you doing here, by the way? Diana, I'm drawing a sketsa. Lucy, really? Is that your hobby? Diana, yes, I love drawing a sketsa. Lucy, when do you start your hobby? Diana, I have been drawing since I was 7. Lucy, but why skate? Do you like something more colorful? Diana, not really. I prefer skate. It's more simple, classic, and more natural. And it's challenging to make a drawing looks alive. Lucy, so I think you are an artist and also a creative person. Diana, maybe. Thank you for saying that. Lucy, no problem. You are talented anyway. Oh, this is the example about interested. Hopefully the explanation can be understood and the example dialogue provides a better picture of the how to use expression of asking and telling about hobbies and interests. We can practice with partner, interact question and share their respective hobbies so your English skill will improve. Maybe that's all about talking about interesting. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.